Hey guys, welcome back to Mo's Game Table. Today we're going to take a look at 1918 Brother Against Brother. It's a new game from Linden Lake Games. I just received it from Kickstarter. It is about the Finnish Civil War, and it is designed by Antti Lemusjärvi. I think that's how you pronounce your name, Antti. I'm sure I butchered it, and I apologize if I have, but that is my poor attempt at trying to pronounce your name. But on the back of the box, we're going to take a look at what this game's about. And interesting, on the left hand has in English, on the right hand is in Finnish. And it says here, long before the Iron Curtain divided Europe, decades before the Cuban Missile Crisis, and even longer before Vietnam and the domino theory, one battleground besides the birthplace of the Communist Revolution saw red banners raised: Finland. The hastily assembled white forces began the fight to stem the tide and restore the Senate. The bloody civil war that followed had it all: foreign interventions, prison camps, both rural and urban fighting, and fierce ideological confrontation, even within the ranks of each side. So, components: you get a mounted game board, 206 counters, 55 cards, rules, setup and reinforcement sheet, historical variant, introductions to the Finnish Civil War, 2 6-sided dice. So that is what it looks like, and we'll take a look here when we open it up. Good sized box too. So we've got our mounted map, which we'll come back to in a minute, our historical variant in Finnish and English on either side. Put that on the side. Got our rule book. This is setup table, reinforcements, and we have another book which we'll come back to, counters, and the War of Many Names, the Finnish Civil War. This is a look at the battle written in, or the war written in both English and Finnish. Be interesting. This was fought 27th of January to 15th May 1918. Gives the details on it. There were 3,414 killed in action, 1,424 were executed, 46 missing, 4 POW deaths, 7 to 8,000 wounded. 450 to 500 Germans were killed in action. Then it was White Guards, Imperial German Army, Swedish volunteers facing off against the Red Guards and the Russians. The Russians lost, the Finns, I should say, lost 5,199 that were on the red side. 7,370 were executed, 1,767 missing, 11,652 POW deaths, and between 10 and 12,000 wounded. Russians had 700 to 900 killed in action and 1,500 executed. So it was a very brutal war, especially when you think that took place over the span of 5 months. But here's the cards that come with the game. And inside we have a pair of dice, wood dice, actually, D6. So let's slide this on the side and we'll get the mounted map out. If I can open this thing up without killing myself. And there is your mounted map. Let's make sure I get it centered so you can see it all. And it's point-to-point movement, as you can see. And there are, there's your attack tables and defending unit tables. Up here is a mix of Finnish and English. This gives you the breakdown of different rules, how they're handled out. Then you have January, February, March, April, and May, the months of the battle. And you have your legend over here for what all these places are on the map. But that is the mounted map board. Now let's take a look at these counters. That's actually interesting. It's folded. It's not been separated, but these are your counters. Pretty basic, simple, and not a tremendous amount of them, so it's very easily manageable. So put that there. We've got first book we'll look at. This is all Finnish, I would bet. Yep, that's your Finnish rulebook. And then you have the English rulebook. I'm putting the Finnish one aside because I can't speak a word of Finn. Sorry, but that's one of the great things about war games is you can learn about a lot of history while having enjoyment playing a game and learning about different pieces of history you're ignorant of. And I am definitely not that well versed in the Finnish Civil War, and this will help me learn more. It looks like plenty of examples of play in here, and the rule book is just 15 pages, 16 pages the back, but it explains all the steps of the game and lots of illustrated examples. You guys know how I love those. How to play the cards and all the different units, components, everything explained pretty simply in there. These cards, see if I can get these opened up so we can take a look at some of these. And I should add a knife in here for this. Okay, so we've got, I wonder if these are a mix of, because this is all in Finnish, I should say. And I believe they all may be in Finnish. Nope. Okay, so you get two decks. You get one in English, one in Finnish. So, because I was looking at those going, I can't read these. I don't think most of you can either, but this explains all the different pieces of information on the card. Give you bring this in a little closer so you can read what the card says. And let's take a quick look at this here. It's obviously a card-driven game, but the colored bar at the top tells you the month. This obviously can be played in February, action points, and then the card name, and any event that the consequences are described on the card, then the historical text of the card, and then the card ID number. Not sure if they have a setup here with where they tell you which cards to pull out or not use in certain situations, but those are the cards that you get. Some pretty dramatic pictures here. Civil guards execute prisoners, Red Fins in St. Petersburg, Russian troops support the attack, forced recruitment into the Red Guards, female Red Guard fighters, Russian troops again, competent battlefield medicine reduces casualties. Those are the different cards, and as you can see, the different colors at the top for the signify the different months. February, March, and then you have red is April, and like burgundy or maroon is May. But those are the cards for the game. And as I said, you get two decks actually, one in Finnish and one in English. But that is 1918 Brother Against Brother from Linden Lake Games. It was just put out on Kickstarter earlier this year and just delivering now to backers. I'm not sure what the plan is on retail, but I would assume that it will be available at retail, probably be limited run too. So if this is a subject that is of interest to you and you have not gotten it, I would definitely get in touch with Linden Lake Games and try to get yourself a hold of this game, because it does look pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to getting this on the table and giving it a shot and sharing my thoughts with you guys at a later time. But thanks for tuning in, guys. That is 1918 Brother Against Brother. See you next time.